we will be free. For when the rising tide is turned in every London quarter, Parliament comes crashing down with Robert's Rules of Order.
Ah. Ooh. What?
Orc.
I don't get it. Okay, I'm just going to put it out there.
Okay.
Which, I get it now, but it's like, which process of amendment
Yes.
is used to change the quorum in the bylaws?
Process of
I know,
amendment is used to change the quorum.
See, you just went through the same
bylaws?
emotions I did. A, strike out. B, insert. C, strike out and insert. D, add.
C.
It is.
Yeah.
Right.
Because inserting doesn't accomplish anything unless it's not there in the first place.
But it really...
Striking it leaves you hung out to dry.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one was what again?
Just add.
Just add, which creates a contradiction.
The thing that threw me for a loop, and I'm sure it did too, that whole additional...
It's almost the same thing.
The additional details of changing quorum, that's irrelevant.
Yeah.
That was just thrown in there to throw people off.
That's the derail, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a sighting of the track.
What do you do to change? Yeah, right. So it is C, and that is...
That's under bylaws.
I think it's under just amendment, because I think the fact that it's bylaws is...
Section...
Is it?
Oh,
yeah.
Chapter 11, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's
Section 40, yeah, okay.
It's just... It was fluff, I think.
Yeah. Maybe
it's... I mean, that's my guess. I think it's just...
No,
under
it's a
amendment.
quorum, actually.
Ah, interesting. Well, no.
Supplies! 346, 34, 35. Oh. Note on procedure and changing the
interesting.
provision and bylaws.
But it seems to me it's just about...
So what's your site right there?
Yeah, 44. 40 colon
4, yeah. This is 346, 34 to 35, and 347, 4 to 6.
So it says, if it becomes necessary to change the quorum provision in a society's bylaws, care should be taken. Because if the rule is struck out first, the quorum will instantly become a majority of the membership. Wouldn't it immediately become what Roberts says?
That's what Roberts is saying. No.
Yeah, but like our national bylaws do not have a
it's 40%, isn't it? Like
for convention,
right?
But quorum, for instance, for the LNC or committees, we struck that out.
Yeah,
it says nothing, and it's not immediately a majority of the. Oh, it is a majority of the... Never mind. I got confused. I thought they were saying the entirety. Never mind. It's majority. No, that's right. That's right. Never mind. The quorum will instantly become a majority of the membership because that is the default. Correct.
So technically, if you were to strike it before replacing it with a replacement, in the middle of those two steps, if someone yelled for a quorum call, it would change the voting majority.
Right. If your quorum was less.
Right.
If it was already a majority and you were trying to make it higher,
right.
No harm, no foul. But yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't change the amending threshold.
Right.
But,
interesting.
Yeah.
So that in many...
you want to throw a monkey wrench in the equation, do that.
Yeah. So it says...
And
so
watch them go, what?
That's probably something like that. But happened with Oregon. There was some weird thing with quorum. So the quorum will instantly become a majority in the membership, so that in many cases, a quorum could not be obtained to adopt a new rule. The proper procedure is to strike out the old provision. So that wasn't extraneous. I stand corrected about bylaws. The proper procedure is to strike out the old provision and insert the new provision, which is moved and voted on as one question.
Which means that any arguments to say that would be divisible, you say
no.
Not this case.
Not divisible.
Yeah. If you make it divisible, you're just setting yourself up for trouble. A lot of trouble.
But in general, amending anything in which you have a figure and you're looking to change it, strike out and insert is the best practice. It's just there's a danger with the bylaws, is what they're saying.
Well, yeah.
Will Rides, danger. So.
Yeah, and we have, as a habit, made on motions for strike and replaces in our bylaws report to be both together, not divisible. And
well, there's a Roberts provision about things like that.
It drives me crazy when people say it drives me crazy. Oh, it's divisible. The answer is if you divide it and you leave half of it out, you're screwing yourself.
Well, let's look up the rule on divisibility because it'd be nice.
Since we're in the neighborhood.
Motions that cannot be divided, 27, 5 through 9. So it'd be section 27 for you. But
what page?
that I don't know. Mine goes by. So it's
No, what page there? Oh.
Mine, 257, but yours is.
Oh, that's right. You guys.
Yeah,
that's right. They took out the page numbers because they were being dumb about it.
Mine's 27.
What's the division of the question? Okay, what's the tab? Division of the question.
Yeah, division of a question.
What color is that? Blue?
Yes.
Okay. We'll figure this out, folks.
Yeah, it's section 27.
Division of assembly.
At the beginning.
Division of a question. There we go.
It's in further rules and explanation, right after standard, after SDC.
Okay, specific. Okay, I'm right there.
Okay.
So you're under motions.
Further rules.
Okay, there it is. Got it.
Okay. So a motion cannot be divided unless each part presents a proper question for the assembly to act upon if none of the other parts is adopted,
Right.
and unless the effect of adopting all of the parts will be exactly the same, no more, no less, as adoption of the compound main question. Similar, it says here later, I'm skipping a sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Similarly, if a single motion proposes a series of amendments to something previously adopted, existing bylaws, for example, and all of the individual amendments must be made, if any of them is to be made, in order for the document being amended to be coherent,
Okay,
then the motion cannot be divided.
That's new wording.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's not in mine. After the compound main question, it said, thus, if, etc., and I finished the paragraph.
Oh, mine gets all
All right,
there.
so let's see that again. Let me read that. Something for a single motion proposes a series of amendments to something previously adopted, existing bylaws, for example, and all the individual amendments must be made. If any one of them is made, in order for the document to be amended, to be coherent, then the motion cannot be divided. That is a key point right there about the merge.
Yes.
That's a huge point about the merge.
Yep.
That is something we want to put into the preface of the motion of the merge when we go over it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to write that very carefully, but
Yeah, that is freaking huge right there, because that shoots down the whole divided up bullshit. That's how people are going to want to try to pull.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to really almost do a legal brief on that.
Well, again, I've got some of that drafted up in the draft. We need to review it, but yeah, right there is the huge issue of it. That's why I said, wait a minute, let me read that.
And I also, though, think that a strikeout and insert in general isn't divisible, is it?
Logically speaking, it shouldn't be.
Because it's one motion.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
But let me look. Let's look that up, because I confuse myself a lot of times.
Strike out and insert 134N. Ah, here we go. 134. I got a double starred footnote.
12.8.
Oh, the N stands for note. That's why. Okay.
There are 3 basic processes of amendment, the third of which is an indivisible combination of the first 2.
Yeah.
Yep, to strike out and insert. An indivisible combination of processes. Yep. So there you go.
That's still here too, yes.
Yep.
And then the substituted, which is double asterisk footnote.
Yeah. But we're not even dealing with a substitute. Yep, so it's indivisible.
Strikeout insert is not divisible.
Yeah, so there's 2 cases for that bylaws thing for it not to be.
Right.
In order for the bylaws to get it done to be coherent. And then there's this. Okay, yep, so indivisible.
Got it. Okay.
One nation, under God, indivisible.
With liberty and cheeseburgers for all.
With alleged liberty.
Yeah. Actually, it's with face masks and social distancing for all.
Oh, wait, we still have the 31st, don't we? Oh, yeah.
Yes,
okay.
It's in my little hand.
Okay, let's go for it.
Let old acquaintance be forgot and never come to mind. Get rid of 2020, will if you please, so we can get back to normal.
Hopefully.
No, that doesn't rhyme, but who gives a shit?
Hopefully.
Viva! Let's hear the opposition side. Like a stubborn donkey's bray. All opposed? You say nay. Opposed! Opposed! The motion carries anyway.